Yo onda vatos, thanks again for tuning in to yet another video. Infamous coming at you from the West Coast. Once again, go ahead and leave a like on the video, much appreciated. These how-to videos, motovlog videos, tips, they don't do too well, but you know what, I like doing them, so I'm just gonna keep on just providing some tips, maybe some information. Maybe you're out there and you're wondering, hey, when is it a good time to get a PO box, or hey, is it worth getting a PO box? Honestly, it just depends on where you're at, on the subscribers, if you're in the YouTube partner program, stuff like that. Honestly, I would probably say maybe around 10,000 subscribers, probably consider getting a PO box. But I mean, there's just other ways to get in contact with the viewers, with the subscribers. I have Instagram. A lot of people contact me on there. I also provide a Facebook link to a group that I'm in. I'm not a admin or anything like that, but I lurk in that Facebook group. And like I said, I have IG, Instagram. People reach out to me. They message me on IG all the time. So if you're just kind of someone that wants to keep in touch, maybe there's other alternatives, other platforms, like I mentioned, and some of my tip videos. You should utilize all the social media platforms. I'm not on all of them, but I am on some of the biggest ones. So that's how I get in contact with some of you guys. You guys message me about your deals, about your dealer experiences, about what's going on with your bike, what you guys are doing with your builds, and it's great. I enjoy reading all that stuff. I haven't been active recently, but you know what? Yeah, life gets in the way and stuff happens, and responsibilities and everything else. But there's just so much people can do in a 24-hour day. And anyways, doesn't matter. So yes, I mean, let's just get straight to the point. The beginning of the video, should you get a PO box? Like I said, you should probably wait, because you're looking at about $140 probably, depending on your area. All of this depends. The prices themselves, they just depend on where you're living at. If it's one of the major post offices, and it just depends everything in the area, because all the prices are going to be different. Some cities they have a whole lot of stations, kind of like here in San Jose. I believe there's quite a few stations, and in Milpitas, some of the other cities, they only have one station. So it's just going to depend. But overall, we're looking at about over $100 for about a year. So if you're not making that YouTube money, then that's more cost, more just more money out of your pocket, because you have to consider everything else. You have to consider your gas, your insurance, motovlogging, the equipment, the GoPros, the action cameras, the storages, your workstation, your time. I mean, that's a lot, guys. So you just gotta look at your finances, and if you're willing to spend over $130 on junk mail, because that's the most of it you're gonna get. I say about maybe 90 to 100% of the mail that you are gonna receive in your PO box is gonna be junk mail. All right, there's just no way around it. So, anyways, rambling like crazy, but yes, overall, I don't think you should get a PO box if you're under 1,000 subscribers. I would recommend, like I said, probably around 5,000 or 10,000 subscribers, consider getting a PO box. But people can reach to you or reach out to you in many different ways, kind of like I mentioned earlier. But anyways, let's get into how to fill this out. This is the paper, how to apply for a PO box, of course. And I'll probably fill this out, but the two different things that you absolutely need to open a PO box is a photo ID and a non-photo ID. This is what it says right there. All right, so you guys can't use your like a bill or like a water bill or anything like that. It has to be what's on here. It has to be one of these guys right here. It has to be your vehicle registration, your insurance policy, vehicle insurance policy. It has to be a vehicle insurance policy. Your voter ID, that could be one of them. That might be the easiest one for you to get. And or your leasing, your lease agreement, your mortgage, or a deed of trust, something that's current, that's not expired. It has to be current. It can't be expired. So vehicle registration, that's an easy one. If you have your bike, if you ride, you know, a motorcycle, you got to have a vehicle registration. So that's going to be one. Vehicle insurance, that's another one. You can use one of those. So just make sure it's up to date, just to avoid any issues. So, and then the photo ID is pretty much easy. The photo ID, I'm gonna stop showing you guys this because I'm just gonna put it in the video. The photo ID is probably the easiest one on there. It could be your driver's license, it could be your passport. Okay, so now let's move on to doing it online. You don't have to go to the post office and get this application. You don't have to do that. I mean, it'd probably be easier, but you know, if you're someone that's kind of interested, and you're, you know, if you're one of those guys that or gals that likes doing everything online, you could do this online. You could go online. I'll put the web browser somewhere in the video, and you could do all of this online. You can see available boxes, and you could purchase your PO box online. And I mean, there isn't a way for you to pick your PO box or anything like that. The system just assigns you a random number. There's no oh, can I get 1 2 3 4 5 or, you know, or something like that, or 666.
What number you want to wear?
69. Take the number 69.
No, you can't. The system just assigns you a PO box, so there is no, you know, preference of numbers or personalize something to kind of match your channel. You can't do that, but you can go online, apply for it. You can see which stations, what locations are nearby, and based off of that, like I said, it just depends on the size you get. So like I said, 100 and some on dollars for the cheapest one, and then you could look at prices over $300 for the bigger ones. But honestly, the size one should suffice, mainly because they just have extra storage, and sometimes they'll get upset about the amount of mail you get, but just check in regularly, and you know, just, I mean, it is what it is. You are going to get a lot of junk mail. I just keep on going back to that because, I mean, it is what it is. It's going to be a whole lot of junk mail. So at the end of the transaction, once you finish filling out all the necessary, you know, you're going to be doing this online, all right? It's going to be asking you for all of this. You are going to be doing this online. And you can fill all of that out, and you would have to take this paper they print it out. You would have to take this to the post office. But if you don't have a printer, don't worry about it. It will give you one of these at the post office, and you'll just have to fill it out again. All right? I know. Oh, I gotta do it again. Yes, you are gonna have to do it again if you don't get this paper printed out. So it's not a big deal. It's not the end of the world. All right? The box is already paid for. You just gotta show the proof that you do have your photo ID and your non-photo ID. So it's not a big deal, right? If you really want the PO box, I believe this might be the cheapest way to get one. You could buy the UPS ones, personal mailing box, or what is it, mailing box, whatever. You could get one of those, but I believe UPS will be charging you an arm and a leg. And you guys are probably wondering, man, what's up with the photo ID? What's up with the non-photo ID? What is going on? Why does it have to be specific? Why does it have to be current, up to date? And I believe, you know what's a robust system? The post office, I mean, when I get mail, I'm really hesitant. When I see a PO box and I don't see a mailing address, I automatically start thinking, you know what, this might just be a scam. I don't know. I mean, when I got audited by the IRS, I believe 3 years ago, and I saw a PO box address, I was really hesitant. I was kind of like, man, this can't be real. These guys, yeah, I mean, the IRS is a huge. I mean, they're a huge. Anyways, it is what it is. It's the government. It's Big Brother looking at what we're doing. I'm not gonna get into that. Not in this video. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you guys know how I feel about. You know what? Doesn't matter. So that's pretty much it. If you guys have any questions, just leave them in the comments down below. I do respond to a lot of the comments. Sometimes it takes me about a day or two to kind of get back, but I do read them. I do read 100% of them. There's been some YouTubes, man, I don't know, they've been filtering out some comments, and they're not even offensive. I don't even know. I don't even get why. I just have to find some of these comments on the channel. So if I don't get back to you guys, it's mainly because YouTube, they just put them in a held for review, and the only way for me to access the comments is by going into the mentions, and I gotta go into the filter out, and then I gotta hit a
6.5 hours later.
You know what? Enough rambling. You guys just stay out there, stay safe. Don't believe everything you read. Life's a risk. Get out there and ride. Later.